Hey everybody, how's it going? This is just my new overview and training video on the new official WordPress plugin by Facebook. It integrates Facebook directly with your blog in lots of different cool ways. So I'm just going to give you an overview of everything that's involved now, how you set it up, how you use the different features, and hopefully that'll help some of you get up to speed using it and maybe, use it in your client sites, make some money, setting it up for people or whatever you want. So I've just installed it as normal via plugins, add new, and then just I've uploaded it. On this page below, there's a link to download the plugin directly from the WordPress plugin repository, so you can get it there. And once we install it, we have two sections. We have Insights, which I'll go through later, and we have just the normal Facebook one. And we're almost ready to go. So the first thing we have to do is create an app on Facebook. So I'm going to go through that with you in a second as well, just to get you up to speed again in case somebody needs a refresher. Here's all the details here from Facebook about how to set up the app. So it's fairly straightforward and it's in the manual, and then you're going to fill in the app ID, the app secret, and the app namespace. So let's just jump over to Facebook and do that now. So you click on the link. Here we see my app page, my test account. There's lots of random stuff here, so don't worry about all this. The button you're looking for is create new app in the top right, so click that. Give it some random app name, so we're going to just call this fbwp test. Name is valid, so click continue. You'll have a security code to put in. It's a fairly easy one, I think, hopefully. Click submit. That was straightforward. So the app is now created. So we've got our app ID and app secret, and there's a few items on this one here that you directly need to set up to use the official WordPress Facebook plugin. So I'm going to jump back over it. It actually explains it in here what you need to set up, but I'm just going to give you an overview as well. Basically all you're setting up is the mobile web URL and the website with Facebook login. So this is going to be where you install the plugin, and you also have the app domain, which is basically your website address without anything after the .com and without the www. So all these three should be in the same domain. I'll set that up now, then I'll go through the step of putting in the information. Right, so namespace, we're going to call this one just the namespace is basically like it's like just like your app name as well. So mine is fbwp-test. So whatever you enter in here, you're going to be copying that in a moment. The app domain, I've entered this on one of my websites. It's an affiliate website, so you just type the address and then hit return. Remember, leave the http://www.off it and leave anything at the end off it as well. We're going to click on the checkbox here for website with Facebook login. This is the URL now, so you include the HTTP part this time and the www. Then your website address where you've installed the plugin, and we're also going to use that for the mobile web one here, so check that. Enter the same thing, and then you scroll to the bottom and click Save Changes. If you get an error like I have here, just correct it. I've actually made a typo in my domain name, so I'll just remove that and start again. I had icon affiliate instead of iconaffiliates.com, and we should save again now. All should be fine. Changes are saved, so Facebook's good. If there's any typos or anything, it'll pick it up. So there's a few bits of information you need now for the plugin. The first one is the app ID, so select that, copy it, and go back to your plugin settings. Scroll down to the bottom, and you see app ID, app secret, app namespace. So paste your app ID in, go back to Facebook, and now get your app secret. It's this big long one here. Copy that, and make sure you don't accidentally copy and paste any white space, or it might cause issues. So you paste that. Then the last one is the namespace, which is the second box down here. It just says namespace. You copy that, back over, paste it in, and just click Save Changes. Right, so all the settings are matched up correctly and they're successful. And here now you see a load of different post and page settings. This is basically all the cool stuff you can do now with the official plugin inside WordPress. So I'm going to go through each one here. You've got a checkbox to control each one. When you check the box, the options come up. So we'll just go through them as an overview, then we'll go into detail. So you have the social publisher. This means anything you publish, if you check this, anything you publish on WordPress, it's going to come up on your timeline as well. So you can check that here. This pops up just to give you an overview of it. You can also click here to enable to publish to your fan page if you had a separate fan page wall. So you just click on that. The next option is the mentions. This is the same way as in Facebook when you type out someone's name and mention them. They get a notification. You can add mentions on your WordPress site and tie into that, and then you can set the position for it. So this is basically to synchronize the publishing of what's on your blog with what's on your Facebook, which is a big time saver. So we'll just check that off. We get the like button. The like button that you're all familiar with. So this is like the previous like button generator is on facebook.com on the developer site. This gives you all the same options. So I'll just read out what it says. The like button lets a user share your content with friends on Facebook. When the user clicks the like button on your site, a story appears in the user's friends newsfeed with a link back to your website. So you can enable the send button, show people's faces. You can pick the button size, the action it's going to like, or the new one, recommend. You can set the color scheme, the font, everything, and you can add it to show on the homepage. This will basically add a like button directly onto your website. So it's an easy way to add the like button and get viral traffic. So we just uncheck that. The next one is the subscribe button, which is it's a pretty cool function as well. It's a relatively new one. But again, you've got all the options like you have on Facebook. And this lets a user subscribe to your public updates on Facebook. So if you make an update that's interesting, people can subscribe to you, and every time you make an update or a post, then they're going to get an update. So it's almost like a sort of a Facebook version of an opt-in without actually being email based. So it's pretty powerful, especially if you get a nice amount of followers for either your fan page or just your personal timeline. So you have the subscribe button. Then we have the send button, which is it's similar to the like button in the setup, but it lets you send something directly to one of the people on your friend list with a message or a URL or a link. So we check that, and again, you've got the fairly self-explanatory options, and you can show it in the homepage if you like. Then the next one is the comments box. This would appear after a page or a post, and it just makes it easy to add in the discussion box. So if you made a post whereby it was something interesting or related to your audience, and you can start a whole cool discussion about that. So you can define how many posts you want before people have to click read on or click more. You can define the width and the color scheme. Now again, this is all fairly widely known Facebook content and Facebook functions, but what this plugin is doing, it's tying it all together, bringing it into WordPress, and it's tying into the content you publish to WordPress. So it's going to basically tie all your content efforts together, and this is particularly useful for, let's say you have a client who has an active WordPress site and an active Facebook presence. This is good for getting them both in sync and getting the audience interested in both parts. The last one then is a recommendations bar. So again, this is a relatively new one. So what this one does is if you visit a website that a few of your friends have been on and your friends had liked it, this will appear whenever you get near the bottom of the page, or if you're on the page for a certain amount of time. So you can trigger it here with the amount of time, the reading time. It appears down the bottom right corner with recommendations for other pages to go. So Facebook's pretty cool. It calculates that based on the Graph API, what it thinks you will like based on your Facebook profile, or what your friends have liked if they visited that page before. So we've got a pretty nice range of different options here now, all tied together in one plugin. All of this stuff was available already, but before you had to go and get loads of different third-party plugins that were a bit buggy or weren't supported maybe. This is straight from Facebook, so you know it works and you know it's going to be updated. And as well, all the stuff would have been had to be added manually if you didn't find a plugin. Like I didn't find a recommendations bar plugin before, so that's pretty cool. And the other side of the plugin is Insights. And just when you click on that, it jumps over to the Insights section of Facebook for your particular app. So in this case, your app is stats for where you've installed the plugin on your website. So all the information and all the things that happen, the likes, the recommendation stuff, the sends, the comments. It's all going to appear in here in the traffic and everything else. So it's pretty. It's just the normal Insights thing, but it's pretty handy, pretty convenient to have it right there inside the plugin. So that's all there is to it, guys. Hopefully that's a reasonable overview. To be honest, I think it is. It's a good plugin. It's relatively straightforward in what it provides, and all the options you can see here. There's not really much to set up. You just check some boxes and you see how it appears. So it's not too technically challenging. The only bit you're going to have to do is set up an app, and then you have the manual that I'm providing as well, which is very, very detailed, and it goes through each of these steps again. So just decided to put this together and make the manual available just as a completely free bonus, because a lot of people have been asking me questions about this. They know that I've got a lot of Facebook products, and I have an offline business that does Facebook app development and fan pages and everything else. So I mean, a lot of people think that I know enough about Facebook to advise them on it. So I'm happy to do that, and I thought I just might as well make it available for you all to check out. So if anybody has any questions or comments about this, then you can hit me up by email and I'll reply to you as soon as I can. Thanks.